Welcome to the course Formal Languages and Automata Theory. In this lecture, we are going to discuss about non-deterministic finite automaton, some other new concepts related to non-deterministic finite automaton. So coming to outline of this lecture, so here we will discuss the following two topics. The first one is equivalence of NFA and DFA. Then we will discuss some applications of automata, especially an application with respect to NFA, that is text search, will be discussed. In the previous lecture, we discussed about the remaining concepts, introduction to non-deterministic finite automata, definition of NFA, extended transition function, the language of NFA. Now we will continue with the remaining topics, that is equivalence of NFA and DFA, then followed by applications. So then this is one important concept, equivalence of NFA and DFA. This is one problem, very important question. So in NFA, so for every NFA there exists an equivalent DFA. For that we have a theorem, standard theorem. So here proofs are not required, that just we will review the statement, then we will see the procedure, how to convert NFA to DFA. So the theorem is can be stated as, for every NFA there exists an equivalent DFA. That means every non-deterministic finite automata there exists an equivalent deterministic finite automata. Or same statement can be defined as, for every NFA which accepts language L, and for equivalent DFA also accepts the same language L. The second statement based on acceptance of languages. If any language that is accepted by NFA, then the equivalent DFA also accepts the same language. So by using this equivalence theorem, which is used to convert non-deterministic finite automata to deterministic finite automata. Now what is the procedure? See, in this conversion or equivalence, so let us see the procedure. So first let us assume whatever the given NFA, you can take it as M with as usual our 5 tuples definition. So here where M equal to Q sigma delta Q naught F be a given non-deterministic finite automaton. Now from this NFA, so we have to find out its equivalent deterministic finite automaton. So let us assume M dash is an equivalent DFA for the given NFA. Now here M dash is different from M. So here what are the tuples varying? Here you can see in M dash, Q dash means states are changed. Sigma is same, there is no change. Then delta dash, so transitions also changed. Then initial state, okay, we will consider the same. Then final states are changed. So now here the changing tuples are set of states are changed, then transitions are changed, then final states also changed. So now how to find out these new tuples from NFA? Now see here where Q dash equal to 2 power Q. What is 2 power Q? In the definition of NFA, delta is mapping from Q cross sigma to 2 power Q, which is a power set of Q, which consisting of set of all states, all combination of states in Q. So which includes pi also. So from like that we have to find out all possible states here. Then the initial state, same state only we'll consider, but we can represent within a square bracket or sometimes we can represent in set brackets also, the initial state. Now F dash, final states of M dash. is set of states in Q dash which contains a final or accepting state of NFA. That means now you are finding Q dash equal to 2 power Q. So in this set, any state which is combination of the final state of the given NFA, then all you can make it as final states of DFA also. So here F whatever the states. So now in Q dash, the states which are combination of F, all we will consider it as final states of the deterministic finite automaton M dash. Now how to find out the delta transition? This is the rule we will use. So delta dash means that is a DFA transition function from the state. So first here, let us assume we have taken the initial state on any given input symbol. Then this can be written as simply using the delta. Delta is NFA transition function. So delta of Q0 on A for every Q0 belongs to Q0. So here, whatever the state we are taking here, all states of Q dash needs to be included here. So the delta dash definition can be taken from the delta definition directly. Then if more than one state is there, by applying union rule, so we can find the individual transitions. So then let us consider one example problem. So in examination, you will get question like this. Construct an equivalent DFA for the given non-deterministic finite automaton. So we need to construct an equivalent DFA from where? From the given non-deterministic finite automaton. So here three possibilities are there. Once first time they may give direct automata with all the tuple values, or second case they may give in the form of a transition diagram. Third case they may give in the form of transition table. Any possibility is there. So anything is given, from that we know how to find the tuples of the given automata, then the transitions. So using diagram or table or direct using delta values. Now here transition diagram is given. In this you can observe here we have Q0, Q1, two states are there. Now Q1 is the final state. Why? Because it is represented within a double circle. So this is final state. So here F equal to Q1. Then initial state. So Q0 is initial state. Why? Because it is prefixed with arrow and the phrase start. Then sigma equal to, here two inputs are there. Sigma equal to A comma B. So now here the transitions. So Q0 on A, Q0 on A, it is going to Q0 and Q1. Two next states are there. That's why it is NFA. Then Q0 on B, it is going to Q1. Then Q1 on A, you don't have transition. Then Q1 on B equal to Q1 itself. Now using these delta values, now we will find its equivalent deterministic finite automata. So as for the procedure what we mentioned, so let us see the solution. So first we have to assume M dash. What is M dash here? Which is an equivalent DFA for the given non-deterministic finite automaton. So as for the procedure, M dash equal to Q dash sigma delta dash Q0 F dash. So this is equivalent deterministic finite automaton. So in this, what are the tuples you need to find out? Whichever new. So sigma is same as NFA. Q0 is also same as NFA. Now you need to find out Q dash, delta dash and F dash. So how to find out Q dash? As per the definition, Q dash equal to 2 power Q. For example, Q equal to number of states. How many states are there? In our problem, Q equal to Q0, Q1, two states are there. Therefore, Q equal to 2, then 2 power 2 equal to 4. So then Q dash contains 4 states. How to write the 4 states? So first we will start with empty set pi, that is the default state we have to consider. Then all states separately we have to include. So within square bracket, Q0 separate, Q1 separate. Then combination of the two states, Q0, Q1. So here don't take Q1, Q0 is another new state. Either Q0, Q1 or Q1, Q1, Q0. Both will be the same. The equivalence of states here, no need to consider the order. In any order, only once we have to take, reverse or forward, any one. So with normal convention, we will take forward method. First state followed by second state. In the order we will consider. But don't take reverse as the another new state. So now here Q dash equal to, we have 4 states, 1, 2, 3, 4. For all these 4 states, you need to find out the transitions. That is delta dash. Then sigma equal to A comma B, same, there is no change. Then Q naught equal to whatever the initial state of the given NFA, you can represent within square bracket. Then final states, F dash equal to what we mentioned, F dash is subset of Q dash. So in the given NFA, what is final state? So you can go back once and check. So here Q1 is final state. So now in Q dash, whatever the states combination of Q1, all are considered as final states. Now you can see F dash equal to, first let us check Q dash. So here Q naught, here Q1 is not there. Q1, yeah, it is a final state. Then Q naught, Q1, this is a single state combination, 2 states are there. But whenever you are representing within square bracket or set bracket, means this can be treated as a single state. Now Q naught, Q1, it is combination of a final state. Therefore, this is also considered as a final state. Q1 anyway, directly it is a final state. Therefore, in DFA, F dash equal to now Q1 and Q naught, Q1. Here you can see Q1 and Q naught, Q1. So like whatever the states which are combination of the final state of given non-deterministic finite automata, then all are considered as the final states of equivalent deterministic finite automata. So now we obtained F dash, then Q dash also we obtained. Now we need to find out delta dash. So how to find out delta dash there in the procedure? So here we saw one rule. So delta dash of from a state on for input symbol equal to, simply you can apply delta function of the given NFA for every Q naught. That means all states we have to consider from Q dash. So now apply for all 4 states this transition rule, then find the transitions. So now you can see, so here the first state, so you can take all states in order, the empty state that we will consider at the end. So first step, so Q naught is the first state. So apply delta dash of Q naught on the first input, sigma equal to A comma B. So you can take first input here. Then this can be written as by using delta of Q naught comma A. So why we use a set bracket? If there is a chance of having more than one state, at that time we can use set bracket. Now here only single state is there. Now this can be written as by removing set square brackets. Now this is equal to delta of Q naught comma A. Now this is equivalent to, now substitute the delta transitions by using the given NFA. Delta of Q naught on A, see the above transition diagram. So it has the 2 next states. So that is the Q naught and Q1. Now again, these set brackets can be converted into square brackets. Now this is next state of DFA. Next state of DFA. So this entire Q naught, Q1 is considered as the single state. So now next same state on input B, second input. Now delta of Q naught on B. Now this is equal to delta of Q naught on B. Then Q naught on B, see the transition diagram. Q naught on B, it is going to Q1. Therefore, the next state is Q1. So this is also next state of DFA. Next state of DFA. So why? Because Q1 is new state. It is not same as Q naught. Then whereas Q naught, Q1 is also not same as Q naught. So these are all the 2 new states. Now you can find the transitions of the remaining states. So next state is Q1. So the second state is Q1. So now for Q1, you can find out on input A, on input B. Now delta dash of Q1 on A equal to, so delta of Q1 on A. Now that is equal to delta of Q1 on A. From the state Q1 on input A, so it has no transition. So you can go back and see the diagram once. Now you can see Q1 on A, you don't have any transition. So therefore you can take it as pi, empty. So now here Q1 on A equal to pi. So no transition from state Q1 on input A. Then Q1 on B, you can find out delta dash of Q1 on B equal to delta of Q1 on B. Then that can be written as, by removing the set brackets, delta of Q1 on B. Then a delta of Q1 on B, it has a loop going to Q1 itself. So therefore the next state is Q1. Now see, this is the same state what we have taken. It is not a new state. Whenever new state, again you need to find out its transition also. So then the second state transition is also calculated. Now the third state, what is the third state here? Q0 Q1. Or if you have doubt, you can see the Q dash set, whatever the states, for all states you need to find out the transitions. Now the third one, Q0 Q1. So this is single state. So now on input A, so this can be written within set bracket Q0 delta of Q0 Q1 on A. Then you can apply delta union rule. So this you can expand to both states. You can apply for the input A. So now this can be written as using our extended delta definition of any automata. The third property is union rule. Now delta of Q0 on A. So this delta for the first state, the input symbol, then union, then delta of Q1 on input A. For all states, you can take the input symbol. So by using union rule, now delta of Q1 on A. Now you can substitute this transition directly by seeing the given NFA. So delta of Q0 on A, we know Q0 Q1 union, then Q1 on delta of Q1 on A, you don't have transition, therefore pi. Take union of this. So union Q0 Q1 union with pi, there is no change. You will get Q0 Q1 only. That is equal to Q0 Q1 within our square brackets. Now you are getting the same state on the input A. Then similarly Q0 Q1 on second input B. So now same process here. You can take input as B. Delta of Q0 Q1 on B. This can be written as by using union rule. So delta of Q0 on B union delta of Q1 on B. So then delta of Q0 on B equal to Q1. Then delta of Q1 on B also Q1. Now union of Q1 union Q1. So you will get only one state. Why? Because same state in both sets. So therefore the next state is Q1. Now the remaining state in Q dash is fourth one is pi. So with the empty state on any input, so there is no change. You will get the same state. So now in Q dash we have four states. All four states delta dash, that is a transition function, is calculated here. So now all tuples are obtained now for the deterministic finite automata. Now what you have to do, you have to draw its transition table and transition diagram finally. That is your final solution for any given problem. Now you can draw its transition table first. So let us see. First, let us see the transition table. So we know how to draw the transition table by making row headings as all the states in Q, then by making column headings as all the symbols in sigma. So now that is denoted by Q by sigma. Now sigma equal to here A comma B. Now Q dash equal to, in Q dash how many states? We have four states. So that is the first state is Q0, second state is Q1, third state is Q0 Q1, then fourth state is pi. Now we know these transitions using the above values, whatever we obtain, that values you can substitute here. Now Q0 on A equal to, what is its value? Delta of delta dash of Q0 on A. You can go back and check the transitions. Here you can see delta dash of Q0 on A equal to the final next state Q0 Q1, that you can write here. So now the next state is Q0 Q1. This is single state. So now Q0 on input B. So the next state is Q1. Here you can say Q0 on B equal to Q1. Then similarly, second state Q1 on A equal to pi, Q1 on B equal to Q1. That values you can write here. So Q1 on A equal to pi, then Q1 on B equal to Q1. Similarly, third state Q0 Q1 on input A. Let us see Q0 Q1 on input A. So the next state is same as the current state, that is Q0 Q1. Then on input B, Q0 Q1 on B. So the next state is Q1. So therefore the next state is Q1. Then with pi on any input, the next state is pi only. Now this is the transition table of the equivalent DFA for the given non-deterministic finite automaton. Now in this you can represent the initial and final states. So here we have considered Q0 is the initial state. So we have drawn a prefixed arrow. Then Q1 is the one final state. So that is represented within circle. Then Q0, Q1 is also a final state. So that is also represented within circle. So now this is the transition table of the equivalent DFA for the given non-deterministic finite automaton. Now let us see the transition diagram. Once you know the table, then you can draw its transition diagram easily. So now here itself we can draw. Then next page that complete diagram is also given here. Here we have Q0, Q1, Q0, Q1, pi. Total we have 4 states. So let us take the first state. Each state you can represent within circle. So this is Q0. So then second state is Q1. Then the third state is Q0, Q1. Then fourth state is pi. Pi also you have to include here. Some cases pi may not be included. So now first you can represent the initial state. So Q0 is initial state. Draw prefixed arrow, or if you want you can use the phrase start also. Then final states are Q1 and Q0, Q1. So represent within double circle. So this is one final state. Then Q0, Q1 is also one final state. Now connect the transitions. So first Q0 on input A. So Q0 on input A, it is going to Q0, Q1. Then Q0 on input 1, it is going to the state Q1 on input B. Then Q1 on A. So there is no transition, it is going to pi. So anyway, here we have added pi, so connect to the pi. Then Q1 on 1, it is going back to Q1 itself, that is self loop. Then Q0, Q1 on input A, it is going to the same state itself, that is self loop. Then Q0, Q1 on B, it is going to the state Q1. Then pi also you can include. Pi on input A, it is going to pi itself. On B also it is going to pi itself. Now this is the transition diagram of the equivalent DFA obtained for the given non-deterministic finite automata. Now you can see the final diagram what I have drawn there, same diagram here. So this is the transition diagram. So finally, for any given non-deterministic finite automata, whenever you are constructing equivalent deterministic finite automaton, as for the procedure what we used, finally we have to draw its transition table and transition diagram. Now we will see one more example, the second problem. So construct an equivalent DFA for the given non-deterministic finite automata. Here you can see here 3 states are there, Q0, Q1, Q2. Now Q dash contains 2 power 3, 8 states are there. For all 8 states, we need to find out the transitions on all the input symbols. Here the input symbols are 0, 1, that is sigma. Then final state is Q2. Okay, up to with minimal states, we are able to find each and every state transition. Then whenever states are increasing, suppose the states are 10, so Q equal to 10, 2 power 10, you can see how many states, that number of states transitions we have to find out. That is very lengthy process. It takes more time consuming. So in this case, what we have to do, there is one method, the second method here we will use. What we will do, simply I will explain. First, we will start with the initial state of the DFA, whatever the state we assumed as initial state, we will start with the initial state. With initial state, you can find out its transitions on given all inputs. Suppose here Q0 is initial state, now on input 0, on input 1, find out its transitions. So then whenever you are finding transitions, at any case, a new state exists other than Q0, if any new state exists after finding the transition, that we can consider the next new state of DFA. Suppose on input 0, you may get one state. If it is not same as Q0, means that is the new state of DFA. So that you can consider the next state of DFA, then again find out its transitions. So again, if any new state occurred, that you can continue it as the next state of DFA. So on every input, whenever new state occurred, that you can consider as the next state of DFA, then again you can find out the new state transitions on all the given input symbols. So till then you have to continue if there are no new states are occurred. That means all states are repeated further. At any one instant, all states are repeated. Then you have to stop. Then whatever the states you used, then whatever the states you have obtained the transitions, those are all now the resultant states of DFA. With these states, now you can draw its transition table and transition diagram. So with this, what is the advantage? Here automatically some unreachable states are eliminated, not included whenever you have to follow this method. Only reachable states are included. So this is the second method. So whenever states are more, so better you can use second method. Even first method also you can apply for this problem, that you can make it as exercise, you can practice it. So now the solution is demonstrated using the second method, what I explained. Here we don't have any procedure for this, just whatever the process we explained, like that we have to proceed by taking with initial state. Now you can see, first write down all the tuples. First you have to define what is your DFA. Now let m dash so be DFA for the given non-deterministic finite automaton. Now where q dash equal to, as usual, 2 power q. Now here mod q, number of states are 3, therefore 2 power 3, 8. Total you will get 8 states. Now q dash equal to all 8 states, how to write with combination of the 3 states, q0, q1, q2. How to write you can see. So all are unique states, no repeated states are considered here. First you can take pi as empty state, then all individual you can take q0, q1, q2, then combination q0, q1, then q0, q2. So you can take the combination like with q0, the next states q1, don't take self q0, q1, q1, q1. So it won't allow here self states with the 2 times. So then q0, q1 is over. Then q0 next state is q2. Then come to q1. Q1 with next state is q2. Don't take q2, q1. Don't take q2, q0. Don't take q1, q0. Only unidirectional order you have to follow. So then next 2 combination, only these pairs are edges. Now 3 combination, only total 3 states are there. So you will get all states q0, q1, q2. Now in square bracket, whatever the states we represented, all are single states. We will consider it as q0, q1, q2 is one single state. q1, q2 is one single state. q0, q2 is single state. q0, q1 is single state. q2, q1 already q0 single states. Then pi is also empty state. Now you can count here. So our count should matches 2 power 3, 8. So here 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. See, total 8 states. If q equal to 4, 2 power 4, 16 states are possible. So now whenever you can apply the first method, you need to find out all 8 states transitions. But here in the second method, we no need to find out all 8 states transitions. See how we'll proceed. Then sigma equal to same as given NFA 0, 1. Then Q0 you can take the same state of NFA initial state but put within a square bracket. Then F dash. So F dash means here what is the final state here? Go back and check in the given NFA. So Q2 is the final state. Now in Q dash, whatever the states which are combination of Q2, all you can consider as the final state. Now see what are the states which are combination of Q2 from Q dash. Now you can see separate Q2 separately you can take. This is one final state. Then Q0, Q2, here Q2 is that this is second final state. Q1, Q2, here Q2 is that this is third final state. Then Q0, Q1, Q2, here also Q2 is that this is fourth final state. Therefore, we have total 4 final states, that is Q2, Q0, Q2, Q1, Q2, Q0, Q1, Q2, F dash. This is F dash. Finally, in the final transition table and transition diagram, all these four states you can represent. If it is a diagram, you can represent within double circle. If it is transition table, you can represent within single circle for identification of the final states. Now all tuples are identified now. Now we have to find out delta dash using the rule what we used here. So now here you can see. So first take the start with initial state. Now here we are using the second method. So we have to start with initial state. So what is the initial state here? Q0. The initial state is Q0. So for Q0 with all input symbols, you can find out the transitions. So now delta dash of first initial state, what we assumed, delta dash. So the inputs are 0, 1 on 0. This can be written as with delta of Q0 on 0. Now that is equal to remove the square brackets, set brackets, then delta of Q0 on 0. So by the given NFA, substitute transition Q0 on 0 equal to Q0 Q1. Now this can be represented within square bracket. Now this Q0 Q1, if it is not same as Q0, then means it is the next state, new state. Now you can say Q0 Q1 is not same as Q0. This is a different state, combination of two states. Therefore, this will be considered as the new state. So here I have written it is a new state. That means for the new state, again you can consider it as the next state of DFA, then find out its transitions. Similarly, next transition Q0 on second input is 1. Here you can say delta dash of Q0 on 1. This can be written as a delta of Q0 on 1, that is equal to delta of Q0 1 after removing the square set brackets. Then Q0 on 1, you can substitute the transition, it is Q1. Now you can see Q1 is the next state, but it is not equivalent to your current state Q0. Therefore, this is also a new state. So that's why you can consider this as the next new state of DFA. So now the second step, what you have to do, you no need to see Q dash states. So directly here, whatever the new states, you can find out their transitions. Now Q0 Q1 is one new state. So on Q0 Q1, you can find out the transitions for the both input symbols. The next Q1, you can find out the transitions on 0 and 1. Again, if there exists any new state on any input of these two new states, then again those will be considered the next state of DFA. Now we will start as usual. This is the first new state, Q0 Q1. So we have considered Q0 Q1 is the second state. You can make serial number. This is the state 1 with both inputs, then state 2 for all inputs. Like you can put the numbers, then you will get a clear idea total how many states are exist in the resultant DFA. So now delta dash of Q0 Q1 on 0, apply the delta transition, delta of Q0 Q1 on 0. Here apply union rule. This can be written as a delta of Q0 on 0 union delta of Q1 on 0. Substitute these transitions by seeing the given NFA. Now delta of Q0 on 0 equal to Q0 Q1 union Q1 on delta of Q1 on 0. There is no transition pi. By combining these two, you will get Q0 Q1. Now Q0 Q1. This is same as current state only. So here no new state exists on input 0. Then similarly on input 1, you can find out a delta dash of Q0 Q1 on input 1. This can be written as a delta of Q0 Q1 on input 1. Then apply union rule, delta of Q0 on 1 union delta of Q1 on 1. Substitute this transition from the given NFA. Q0 on 1, it is having the next state as Q1. Then delta of Q1 on 1 equal to Q1 Q2. And union of these two, here see Q1 is repeated in both sets. This can be taken only one time. Then Q2 is new. Then finally we'll get Q1 Q2. Now Q1 Q2, it is not same as Q0 Q1, or previously it doesn't occur. That is previously what we have Q0, then Q0 Q1, then Q1. Now Q1 Q2 is a different state comparing to the current and previously obtained new states. Therefore, this we can consider as next new state of DFA. So now previously we have one more new state, that is Q1. First find out Q1 transition, let it as third state. Now delta dash of Q1 on 0, this can be written as delta of Q1 on 0. Delta of Q1 on 0, you don't have any transition, so it is pi. So pi, anyway, empty state by default we have to consider in any automata. Then delta dash of q1 on 1 equal to, this can be written as delta of q1 on 1, then delta of q1 on 1 equal to q1 q2. So this is the new state already obtained in the previous step. So we already considered that is the new state, no problem. Now q1 q2, this is already previously occurred. Now we need to find out this state transitions now. The remaining leftover states which are new are q1 q2, only one state is there, that you can consider as the fourth state. Now find out its transitions on both inputs. Now this can be written as a delta dash of q1 q2 on input 0, then that is equivalent to delta of q1 q2 on 0. Then you can expand the delta function with all states with the input 0. Then this can be written as a delta of q1 on 0 union delta of q2 on 0. Then delta of q1 on 0, you don't have any transition pi union. Then delta of q2 on 0 also you don't have any transition pi. You can see the above transition diagram. Careful, you can substitute the correct transitions. Therefore, pi union pi equal to, you will get pi only. This is anyway by default we are considering this as the next state of DFA. Other than this, there are no new states still. Now delta dash of q1 q2 on input 1. This can be written as delta of q1 q2 on 1. Then that is equal to delta of q1 on 1 union delta of q2 on 1. Substitute these transitions. Delta of q1 on 1 equal to q1 q2 union. Then delta of q2 on 1, you don't have any transition, so it is pi. Then union of these two, you will get to q1 q2. Therefore q1 q2, this is same as current state, this is not a new state. Then see, other than pi, further you don't have any new states. Now we have to stop the process. Finally with pi you can find out the transition on 0 1, you will get pi only. Now you can see total 4 regular states and 1 empty state 5. But q dash, how many states we have in the above set? Q dash equal to 2 power 3, 8 states. Now here only 5 states are included. The 3 states automatically not included means automatically eliminated. That means those may be not reachable with the given automaton from the initial state. So using the second method, we no need to find out all the state transitions. So here automatically some unnecessary, unreachable states are eliminated. Whenever in the given NFA more states are there, you can follow the second method. Now with these 5 states, now we have to draw its transition table and transition diagram. Here you can see the transition table as usual. So here now 5 states you need to consider. You no need to consider all 8 states here. So now first take all the states as row headings. The first state is Q0. The second state is Q1. The third state is Q0 Q1. The fourth state is Q1 Q2. The fifth state is pi. All these 5 states you can take from delta dash, previously what we calculated delta dash value. Then column headings you can put all the input symbols. Here sigma we have 2 input symbols, that is 0 and 1. Now substitute the above transitions by seeing previously calculated transitions. So Q0 on 0 equal to the next state is Q0 on Q1. Then Q0 on 1 equal to the next state is Q1. Then from state Q1 on input 0, the next state is pi. Then from state Q1 on input 1, the next state is Q1 Q2. Then from state Q0 Q1, both you can consider it as single. So on 0, what is the next state we obtained here? Q0 Q1. Then Q0 Q1 on input 1, here we are getting Q1 Q2. Next state is Q1 Q2 on input 0 pi. Then Q1 Q2 on input 1, the next state is Q1 Q2. Then from state pi on any input you will get pi only. Now the initial state you have to draw prefixed arrow. Now this is initial state. Now all final states you can represent within a circle. Now you can see here what are the final states. So Q2, Q0 Q2, Q1 Q2, but here whatever the states which are combination of Q2, because here final state is Q2, all you can represent into within a circle. Now you can see here out of 8 states, here we obtained only 5 states. Here out of 5 states, Q2 combination we have only 1, that is 4th state, Q1 Q2. Therefore this is the only final state. If you can use method 1, all 8 states will be included, then you can represent all the final states which are combination of Q2. This is the transition table of equivalence DFA obtained for the given non-deterministic finite automaton. Similarly, draw its transition diagram. You can see similarly. All states you can represent, all 5 states you can represent within circle. Then final state you can represent within double circle. Here Q1, Q2 is the final state. Then initial state you have to draw an arrow, or you can use the phrase also, that is start. Then connect all the transitions. So now you can practice same problem using the first method. Now you will get 8 states in the transition table and transition diagram, that you can do it as practice problem. So that's all about equivalence of non-deterministic automata and deterministic finite automata. So now here one more problem is added. Here for this problem solution is not provided. This we can practice by taking either method 1 or method 2. Suppose if you want to get good practice, you can apply both methods, method 1 and method 2. Same 3 states. So you will get 2 power 3, 8 states. For all 8 states, you can find out transitions using method 1, or by starting with Q0 initial state to find out only the required new states transitions. Like that, we have to proceed. Total 3 problems, so you need to practice. So that's all about the equivalence of non-deterministic finite automata and deterministic finite automata. Now we will move to the next concept, applications of finite automata. Here first we will review all the applications of finite automata. Then specifically we will discuss about text search with respect to finite automata and non-deterministic finite automata. So you can recall once the applications of automata theory. So most of the applications are common in finite automaton also. The first application is the design of digital circuits. Then second one is compiler construction. Third one is string matching. Then fourth one is string processing. Then next one is text search. Then next application is software design. These are all some of the major applications of finite automata. Not only finite automata means with respect to non-deterministic, deterministic finite automata, generally finite automata. Now we will briefly discuss about these applications. Then some other applications also, such as artificial intelligence, knowledge engineering, game theory and games, computer graphics, linguistics, etc. These are all some other applications. So our computer science related applications, briefly we will explain one by one. Then coming to the first one, design of digital circuits. So the finite automata role in design of digital circuits is checking the behavior of digital circuits using the software. Then the finite automata is useful in the hardware design also, such as circuit verification. Once all components are connected, it verifies all components are correctly fixed and producing the circuit correctly or not. So hardware design, such as circuit verification in design of automatic traffic signal. For example, this is one of the example in the hardware. That is about the design of digital circuits, where exactly finite automata is used. Then coming to next application, compiler construction. This was already explained even in the finite automata concept. What is the role of finite automata in lexical analysis? That is one of the phase of compiler. So finite automata used in design of lexical analyzer, which is the first phase of compiler. So lexical analyzer, the role of lexical analyzer is which takes input string and divide into tokens such as identifiers, keywords, constants, operators, punctuations, etc. Now what is the role of finite automata here? To represent the tokens of lexical analyzer, that is either identifiers or keywords or constants or operators or punctuations in the form of automata. So by using automata, we can represent all these tokens. Finally, we can verify these tokens are valid or not. That validity of tokens can be checked by using the concept of finite automata. Further, these are also represented by using a regular expression. That is one of the structure of the finite automata, structural representation that we already discussed in the earlier concepts. Now, next application, string matching. So this is common application of automata theory. String matching is the major useful application in finite automata. So in designing of a software for identifying the words or phrases and other patterns in large bodies of text, that means collection of web pages. Suppose you can take Google, you can type a particular text using a phrase or a pattern, then thousands of results are displayed, collection of the web pages. So from that your required result will be displayed by using the concept of string matching. So by seeing the patterns, the pattern, whatever your search keyword, that is matched with the pattern from the collection of web pages data, that is string matching. So in that extraction, finite automata used. Then string processing. So to write software for processing the natural language like speech processing, here finite automata is used. Then large natural vocabularies, that means our human speech species. So those can be described, which includes the applications such as spelling checkers, advisors, and some multi-language definitions, and identifying the documents, etc. This is the string processing application. So in this, finite automata is used. Then another one, software design. So while developing the software to verify the systems having the finite number of states or not, to verify the systems having the finite number of states or not. So for that, finite automata is used. For example, communication protocols in computer networks, so which having a finite number of nodes or not, that can be done by using finite automata. Then specifically, we will see some detailed description about text search. In our syllabus, they mentioned an application, text search, with respect to finite automata, means by using NFA. Here, two aspects we will cover: finding strings in text, then non-deterministic finite automata for text search. So finding strings in text, like a string pattern or string matching. So earlier, whatever, it's the similar concept. So now, first, let us take the first one, finding strings in text. So first, how to do this one? A common problem in the age of the web and other online text repositories is the following. So given set of words, find all documents that contain one or all of those words. A search engine is a popular example of this process. Just now we explained the Google search engine, how we are searching the documents using a pattern. Then the search engine uses a particular technology called inverted indexes. So where for each word appearing on the web, so there are, see how many different words are there here. So how many different words? So 100, 30. So these number of different words, let us assume. So a list of all the places where that word occurs is stored. Then machines with very large amounts of main memory keep the most common of these lists available, allowing many people to search for documents at once. So like that, we have to find strings in text by using inverted indexes. This concept is used for search engines. Then another method also used, that is inverted index technique for same finding strings. So inverted index techniques do not make use of finite automata, but they also take very large amounts of time for crawlers to copy the web and set up the indexes. This is also related web-based search. Then there are a number of related applications that are unsuited for inverted indexes, but are good applications for automation based techniques. The characteristics that make an application suitable for searches that use automata are: what type of characters? The repository on which the search is conducted is rapidly changing. Then the documents to be searched cannot be cataloged, grouped. So these two characteristics are suited for using the concept of automata. Now, the second application related to text search, what is the role of non-deterministic finite automata? How it will be useful for text search? Suppose we are given a set of words which we shall call the keywords, and we want to find occurrences of any of these words. So in applications such as these, a useful way to proceed is to design a non-deterministic finite automata for the keywords, which signals by entering an accepting state that it has seen one of the keywords. So like accepting a string by the given any finite automata, after passing the string starting with initial state, whenever it enters to a final state, once the input is empty, then we can say the string is accepted. So otherwise it is not accepted. Same concept we will apply here, but here first we will construct a non-deterministic finite automata for any given keyword. Then finally you can verify its acceptance. The text of a document is fed one character at a time to this NFA. Anyway, in any automata, the finite control at any one state by using read header tape reader can read only one symbol at a time from the input tape. Here also we will fed with only one character at a time to this NFA, which then recognizes occurrences of the keywords in this text. In every keyword, you can put only one character on one transition. Like that, we have to fed. Then let us see a simple representation. There is a simple form to an NFA that recognizes a set of keywords. So there is a start state with the transition to itself on every input symbol. For example, every printable ASCII character if we are examining text. Similarly, without conscious reasoning, the start state represents a guess what is its next input. So a guess that we have not yet begun to see one of the keywords, even if we have seen some letters of one of these words. Then for each keyword, let us assume A1, A2 and so on, AK, let us assume starting letters of the keyword. All letters we have separated. There are K states, say Q1, Q2 and so on, QK. There is a transition from the start state Q1 on the first symbol A1, then a transition from Q1 to Q2 on symbol A2 and so on. So the state QK, let us assume, is an accepting state and indicates that the keyword A1, A2 and so on AK has been found. That means A1, A2, AK is a keyword now. You have to process with the given non-deterministic finite automaton or by constructing non-deterministic finite automaton. After processing finally, so after scanning all the symbols from the keyword A1 to AK, once your input is empty, then the control enters to the final state, let us say QK. Then you can say the keyword A1, A2, AK and so on, AK is accepted. Otherwise, it is not accepted. The same process what we study in the concept of acceptance of strings and languages by finite automata, deterministic finite automata and non-deterministic finite automata, same process. Now let us see one example here. So there is a simple form of a non-deterministic finite automaton which recognizes a set of keywords. See, the NFA will be like this. So here all states are numbered with digits 1 to combination by increasing sequence. Then all the transitions are labeled with the keywords. Here let us assume some real-time examples are considered. An NFA that searches for the words web and eBay. So web and eBay, two real-time keywords are considered. Now this NFA searches these two keywords, that is text search. So with this NFA, now you can see from state Q1, this is start state. Now final states are represented within double circle. 4 is final state, 8 is also final state. Now here from state 1 on sigma, here sigma is considered. Sigma means any of the letters from the keywords web and eBay. Here you can see all the transitions are labeled with character by character from the words web and eBay. Now web and eBay are in sigma. Now here sigma means the loop, whether it may start with W or it may start with E or it may start with B or it may start with A or it may start with Y. So here sigma that can be repeated once or several times with the same state itself. Then if you don't have any repetition, then if you want only one time, then you can proceed either a top sequence or bottom sequence. In the top sequence, you can see whenever see your search phrase is web, so it must start with W. Only one W is there. Then which path you need to consider? So the second path 1 to 5, this is labeled with E. We can't proceed. Why? Because your text must start with W. So you need to proceed towards the second state. So 1 to 2, the path is labeled with W. So then from W, now the second letter, second character in the phrase web, E. So 2 to 3, that is labeled with E. Then third character from the word web, so is B. Now it is reaching to final state. Therefore, starting with 1 via 2, 3, then reaching to final state, then WEB is processed. Therefore, we can say the string WEB is accepted. Similarly, eBay. So eBay, it start with E. So 1 to 5, we have the path start with E. Then next state 5 to 6, next character is B. Then 6 to 7, next character is A. Then 7 to 8, next character is Y. Then the complete characters are included. Then whatever the last state, that is considered as the final state. Now in this path, whenever you can proceed, eBay keyword is accepted. So like that, we will demonstrate the acceptance of the text, and also you can search whether the text is exist or not. So that is the role of non-deterministic finite automata for text search. So that's all about applications of finite automata, general applications, and followed by text search by using non-deterministic finite automata. So how text search can be done. Now we will stop here. In this lecture, now we will review the summary of lecture 7, what we discussed. Here first we discussed about equivalence of DFA and NFA. So for every NFA, there exists an equivalent DFA, but reverse is not possible. For every DFA, there is, we can't determine whether non-determinism exists or not. So, but for every NFA, compulsory, there exists an equivalent deterministic finite automata. Then we discussed about various applications of finite automata. Then we demonstrated text search is one of the application with respect to non-deterministic finite automata. So now coming to next lecture, so you can practice in this lecture we demonstrated 3 problems, equivalence of NFA and DFA, very important. So 1 practice problem and 2 regular problems using method 1 and method 2. Now all the 3 problems you can practice by using both methods, then you will get a clear idea. So with this we will stop this lecture. Next lecture we will come with some new topics. So till then, goodbye, happy learning.